Lads and gents, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. You want to make a lot of coins, use MUT Exchange. I've made well over 50 to 60 mil literally in a couple of months, boys. It's unbelievable. They got a snipe spotter, which is essentially like, hey, do you want free coins? Yeah, take it. It shows you the snipe, you buy it, you sell it. It literally tells you what the card sells for. It tells you everything. You need it, boys, all right? And then sets. It shows you every single set that's profitable on the game right now. It's unbelievable. Really, really solid, boys. Make sure you use code TATE, link down in the description, boys. MUT Exchange, the #1 coin maker out there. Fun little experimental video here today, boys. You see the training, we got a lot of it. All right, this is pretty, it took a lot of coins, I'm not gonna lie, but the good thing is that what we're doing gives us back a decent amount of coins. So even if we lose here, it's not gonna be that bad of a loss. I spent 2.4 million coins roughly. I think it was a little bit less than that. I think it was around 2.3 mil. But you guys know me, never wanna undersell something and then you guys end up thinking it's profit. So I went a little higher, a little bit higher. So 2.4 mil is the hopeful get back for coin wise. All right, boys. And what are we gonna do? Well, of course, we're gonna open these 90 plus Sugar Rush player packs. Now, this is what we're gonna see. All right, boys. We are going to see if we open, I think it's 103 of these. Okay, 103 of these. If we can make profit. The reason we're seeing this, okay, is because yesterday during stream, I did like 4 or 5 different rerolls. About 3 of them, I made coins. I made a good amount of coins on, so that was solid. The other 2, I lost a little bit. All right, so I've also seen a lot of people in my Discord, in the YouTube comments, they've also kind of, experimented with these. Some of them are like, dang, I'm making some really good coins as long as you sell everything. And then others are like, I am pulling nothing but 90 overalls. Now, the majority of the time, it's going to be 90 overalls. But that's okay, because 90 overalls go for roughly 17,000 coins. And then if you pull yourself a 92 or something like that, all right, 92s go for about 60,000. So that's really good. That's a really good come up. And then of course, 95s are going for about 160,000 coins. So very, very big come up. And of course, if you manage to pull a 98 or an LTD, then of course you're up. I did manage to pull a 98 yesterday, so I know it's possible. Sold that one for, I think 650K. So really solid there. And then, yeah, I've seen a couple of people pull LTDs. So we know that it's possible. All right, boys. Trust me, you're not going to have to watch every single 90 overall that I pull here. All right, you guys will only see the good pulls as we kind of did yesterday. But then at the end, we're going to, go ahead and calculate everything up and, actually use a calculator. That way we know for sure if I were to sell every single card, how many coins I would get back exactly and see if we profited. All right, boys. For training wise, last thing before we cut to hopefully a good pull. Last thing, training wise, I bought 97s. For under 200,000 coins. That's where I got my 2.4 million number from. So pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. Like, training is super expensive right now, rightfully so, right? When training packs are pretty good and the cards that you pull have value in them, it makes sense that they're gonna be pretty expensive. All right, boys, so we have not pulled a single 92 plus yet. Hopefully we can get one fairly soon here, boys. Let's lock in, let's go. Oh, shoot! I knew it took a little longer. I was like, wait, I'm watching Scotty Scheffler hit a freaking shot, and I'm like, wait, this is taking a little longer than usual. This is taking a little longer than usual. 98! That's so big. That's massive. Brees Hall, I think, is one of the cheapest ones, but dude, who freaking cares, bro? Come on. So that's my second 98 pull out of these packs. We still got 2.7 mil. We're feeling really good. Let's go. What a start. What a start. Put it in the bag. I'm not selling anything until the very end so that we can calculate everything, boys, and what it's going for. Huge, bro. That's so big. Was this back to back? Okay, I don't know. Now I'm tripping, bro. All right, I think I'm going to do something. Okay, I'm going to call an executive decision. I have not pulled a single 92 overall card. I pulled the 198, and that's it. Everything else has been a 90. So what am I going to do? I think you guys should do this too if you start ripping, boys. If you start ripping and you're not pulling nothing, take like a 5-minute break, all right? So we're going to take a 5-minute break here. It's going to leave it right here, maybe restart the game, and then I'll come back and we'll see what we can do here. Look, I'm not saying they're glitched or anything like that, boys. Look at this. 198. The rest 90s. Dude, I've opened so many since then. I've opened another 2 mil. I took about a 15-minute break, just watched some of the Masters, chilled, restarted the game a couple of times. I can't pull anything above a 90 overall right now. Good thing we pulled that 98 or we'd be screwed. Hey, whoa. Finally, I pulled something other than a mother pooping 90 overall. Dude, oh my gosh, I got 850,000. Better be broke. Better be good now. Hey, come on. 95 Tyler Huntley. Come on, better late than never. That's what we said last night a lot too, man. Better late than never. Let's go. Let's keep it up. Finish strong. Hey, there we go. Another 92. We needed it. Good stuff. Come on. We've got like 13 packs remaining. Let's see if we can clutch up here. Come on, EA. Ending here, boys. This is not looking good, to say the least. Nice, good. But like, here's the thing. Here's what I need you guys to understand about this too, right? Is like, I pulled a bunch of 90s. Those suck. Like, it sucks. It is what it is. They still sell for coins, so I need to make sure to sell those, right? Don't get pissed and quick sell them. But the last 95 I pulled, and like I pulled like what, 492s now or something like that. Those are very, very clutch. That is like 350,000 coins extra that we'll get back. So let's go and take a look at the final results of what we pulled. All right, we opened 103 packs, pulled 198, 195, and 392s. So not good, right? That puts us at, so 3, 4, 5, that puts us at 98, 99 overalls. Now or yeah, 90 overalls. Sorry. So let's do this math here. Okay. So we got 98, 90 overalls. So 98 times after tax, we're getting 15K back for each one of these 90 overalls. Now that's me selling them at a price that's going to sell not quickly. It's going to take the full hour to sell. Why? Because there's like 1,000 90s on the market, but they go for a little bit. So let's see what that equals. That equals 1.4 mil, right? That's good. Now let's go take a look at these 90 overalls right here. All right, or sorry, the 92 overalls right here. 92 overalls, last I checked, are going for roughly 60,000 coins. Yep, so 60,000 after tax is about 54,000 back. So plus 54,000, plus 54,000, plus 54,000 for the 3 that I pulled. That puts us at 1.632. Solid, not too shabby, right? Now, we've got the 95 overall, of course, that we pulled. We only pulled 195, which sucks because everyone knows, you typically pull a lot more, but then again, you don't always pull a 98. So it's a little bit of a trade-off there. So 160 after tax, 16K off, that's be like 144-ish. So plus 144 puts us at 1776. All right. So we spent 2.4 mil. So we're down 700K right now. 700K is what we're down. That's what we need to somehow get back. Looks like this card's probably going to sell around 600K. So after tax, about 540. It's what all the recent sales are, right? We go off recent sales, not necessarily historical median. So plus 540,000, and that puts us at 2.316. So if we go based on the 2.4 mil mark that I put in there, right, that I calculated, we lost ourselves about 84,000 coins. 84,000 coins. Not too shabby. Not to mention, at the beginning, if you remember, I did say I spent a little less than 2.4. So really, I kind of broke even-ish. Roughly around break even. Now, guys, that's without me pulling dang near any 92s. Like literally no 92s. This is what I would say out of 103 packs, what I would expect. I wouldn't expect a 98. I would not expect that, okay? But what I would expect is instead of this 98, at least 2 more 95s, like minimum, right? At least 2 more 95s and at least like 3 or 4 more 92s. If you go like, if we were to pull that, we would have made profit. We would have 110% profited. So that's with me pulling literally 195, 198, and 392s, and I still roughly broke even, if not lost, 50, 60, 70,000 coins, somewhere around there. Let's take a look real quickly at the 90s just to show you what the 90s are going for. That way you guys understand that I'm not fibbing about the numbers. I'm not lying about the numbers. All right, boy, you don't lie over here. It's nothing but the truth, all right? It's the cold, hard truth. I don't get paid from EA. I'll say their game's trash if I believe so, but I truly believe that these rerolls are not that shabby, okay? They're not that bad due to the fact that these go for 17K, like I said, and yeah, that's really, really solid. 17K is what we sell them for. And actually, if I go 98, I think, give me a second. So if I go 98 divided by, times 17 is like 15 3 back. So if I had the extra 300, that actually adds an extra 60,000 on top of it. So make sure you're getting that extra 600. All right, boys. But yeah, you're going to sell them for roughly 17K, boys. That's what they will sell for. There you go. So see, these ones are popping up for 16K, but these ones are 17K. Do not short yourself the extra 1,000, all right? It makes a lot of difference because the extra 1,000, think about it. If you sell them for 16 instead of 17, that's 1,000 off, say, 98. That's like 100,000 that you're missing out on. So take that extra. And it's not like the 16,000 are going to sell any quicker. These are selling, boys. I promise these are selling. So get your coins selling for 17K. If you want to know the quickest way to do that, quick little plug here. Boys, Madden Companion app. That's how I sell them. All right, I'm going to sell these 90s on the Madden Companion app. Put them all. I can post like 20 at a time, right? All at once. Post it for 17K, and then I keep doing that until they've all sold. So, hey, went well. I pulled a 98 overall. We ended up, losing about 80,000 coins-ish, somewhere around there. But it's not really bad considering I didn't really pull any 92s or 95s. So, all in all, really solid. And once again, if you buy your training for cheaper than I bought, if you were to buy your training for like 180 for those 97s, you would have saved probably 260. You would have profited about 200,000 coins on this reroll. So get that training for cheap, boys. Let's go. Peace.